It is made up of
State
external
pair
conductors.
consisting of two
No,
conductors.
if there is a dedication link or a physical medium exists between source and destination, then that is called guided medium. In that guided medium, signals will be guided through that medium only. The signals can travel only through that medium. So that an example for guided medium is cable wire between the source and the destination. And we have three types of guided medium we have seen. They are, what are they?
Twisted pair cable.
Digital pair cable,
What?
Coaxial
axial cable,
fiber optic cable.
fiber optic cables. Yeah, thank you. And coming to this unguided medium, we have seen. What do you mean by unguided medium? It's quite opposite to guided medium, no? In guided medium,
There will not be any physical connectivity like
yes,
kind of
exactly.
wires.
Yes, there is no physical connectivity, there is no physical link, there is no physical medium between the source and destination to transmit the information. That is called guided medium. Like the signals uh, will be transmitted at the atmosphere, like using various unguided,
Antennas.
yeah, waves. So what are the waves we have seen and for unguided medium?
Radio waves.
Radio waves,
Microwaves.
microwave, and infrared. These three waves
Infrared.
we have seen. Yeah. And the next topic of the unit 3 is network connectors. Network connectors. So for this unit 3, guided medium, unguided medium is very important one. And this connectors is also important for short answers and for long answers also if it is possible. So just we will see what are the various network connectors given in our textbook. This one. What do you mean by a connector? Connectors are the interface for communication between the computers. Computers to computers and network devices such as hub, switch, router, ACT, etc. So some of the connectors are used in networks are, there are many more, but we will discuss only few. This one, the very popularly known as RJ45. RJ means registered jack. RJ45 is an 8-wide connector. The simple example I'll make you to understand. Have you seen in any lab connecting internet cable to the CPU in our labs?
Yes, we have seen.
Yeah, there will be a pin no to connect to plug into CPU.
So,
The pin will be there for a cable, for the internet cable. We will plug it into the CPU. That pin will be called as RJ45 connector. You can, if you want to see, you can see tomorrow in our lab. Those who are attending for practical classes now, you can see behind the CPU. You can come to know. So this RJ means registered jack. RJ45 will have 8-wide connector used to connect devices in local area network. In LAN cables, it will be used. You can look into tomorrow in the lab. RJ45 connectors are mostly used with Ethernet cables in the computer networks. The cable we are using in the for the internet, no, some uh, hash color cable will be there. That is called Ethernet cable. So for that cable, we will have one pin. That pin is called RJ45 connector. That will be used to plug into the CPU or laptop. This one. You can see 8 in the second picture. Uh, there are 8 connectors will be there. So there will be some code to plug into that. If I come to, I'm going to come to the class tomorrow. I'll make you to understand how these cables will be. There will be some code to plug into the cables. 8 cables will be there and 4 pairs that will be inserted into this connector with some code.
I think it's a color code is the differentiation.
Exactly, madam. The color combination code, if you miss that color, that combination means the code, there will be yellow, red, and white, and green, and blue will be there. Some colors will be there. We have to uh, put them in a particular order. Then we have to plug in those cables into this jack, this connector, and there will be a tool for it. If you press that tool, then it will be fixed. I'll show you tomorrow practically in the lab. Just remind me.
Okay, sir.
This is RJ45. And next one is RJ11. This simply you can, if you see that landline telephone system, you can see a plug to that piece. That landline piece is there, no? The device. That device we will plug in a cable. For that cable, there will be a pin. That pin will be called as RJ11. RJ11 is common connector for plugging telephone to the wall and handset into the telephones. It uses a twisted pair cable and a modular jack with two, four, or six contacts. So if you use the internet through the telephonic cable, there must be a modular to convert the telephonic signals into internet. So just remember, RJ45 means the LAN cable pin where we see for the CPUs or laptops when you get the internet through the cable. And if you see the telephonic connection, the cable and the plug will be called as RJ11. And RJ12, this is also belongs to the family of RJ11. Register jack 12 is the standard family of RJ11, 13, and 14. So in RJ11, there will be only 2 to 6 will be there, cables. And
Okay.
RJ12, sorry. In RJ12, six slots will be there. Six slots means six twisted pair cables we can insert into that RJ12 jack. The number you should remember. And RJ12 has three pair of six cables means three pairs. Three pair of copper standards allowing exchange of information on three lines. Actually, yesterday we have discussed one twisted pair cable, one pair, two cables will be there. One cable will take care of the information and other cable will be take care of the ground reference. So in the same way, if we have six cables, means that means three pairs. Three pairs. One pair will take care of one line and other pair will take care of second line. Like that, this RJ12 has the capability to handle of three lines of information to exchange. And RJ12 allows the connectivity of the telephone lines in the companies because RJ11 is only for individuals to get the telephonic connection to the home. It is only specified, RJ11 is specified. Through the RJ11, we will get the telephonic connection or communication to the individual homes. And whereas it is RJ12, it is used for multi-purpose because it is having six cables and three lines. Three different lines of information will be exchanged through the RJ12. So that means that RJ11 is only for individual purpose. Either it could be home or personal. And RJ12 is for multi-purpose because it is having six cables and three pairs. So three lines of exchange information will be exchanged through RJ12. And Cat5 cables. This is called category 5 cables. Whenever you are going to get the internet, if you want to different types of speeds of internet you need. So for particular purpose of speed, we will go for different types of categories of cables. In that, category 5 is also one type of cable. So that is used for Ethernet. Ethernet means you are getting network through the cables. That is called Ethernet. Cat5 cable, it is also known as category 5. in network cable consists of four twisted pair of copper wires terminated by an RJ45 connector. That's what I'm telling. RJ45 connector, I said no, that will be connected to the CPU. Whatever the cable you use for the RJ45 connector, that cable will be called as Cat5 cable. You can see it tomorrow for the internet. Whatever the cable we are using to get the internet through the cable in our lab, that is Cat5 cable. The connector, the pin which are using for the Cat5 cable is RJ45. It is mostly used for the Ethernet or LAN cables. LAN network establish cheyalante cable ద్వారా, then we will use the Cat5 cables mostly and RJ45 connector. Wherever you see the Cat5 cable, and there must be RJ45 connector. Cat5 cable is used in homes, business and networks, and wherever you want. That thing you need to remember is that what is the speed of this Cat5 cable? The transmission speed of the Cat5 cable is up to 100 Mbps, megabits per second. So you can, the maximum length of Cat5 cable you can extend is 100 meters only. 100 meters matra Cat5 cable ఉంటుంది. If you want to extend again, you need to use the repeaters or connectors. So you should remember that Cat5 cable. In Cat5 cable, we have 8 cables. 8 cables, and that means 4 pairs of copper cables will be there. That Cat5 cable should be connected by a RJ45 connector. It is also used as Ethernet LAN cable or Ethernet cable. And Cat5 cables mostly used for business and network purpose also. The maximum speed of Cat5 cable is 100 Mbps, up to 100 Mbps. And the maximum length of Cat5 cable is 100 meters. If you want to extend more Cat5 cable length, you need to use either connector or repeaters. So it has Cat5 cable as 4 pairs, we said no, that means 8 cables will be there. 8 different color wires has specific wire order. That's why I told there should be some order to insert into RJ45. The order we should follow. The wire order, which cable has to come first and which cable has to next. Like that, you have to arrange the 8 small cables in a particular order. Using that order, you need to plug in into the RJ45 connector. Then you need to fix it through the particular tool. There will be called a clipping tool. Using the clipping tool, you can insert the cables into RJ45 connector. Then you press it. The cable will be fixed into RJ45 cable. Then you'll get the internet connection. If you missed that order of the cables, wires, the 8 wires of Cat5 cable, Cat5 cable 8 wires ఉంటాయి, different wires. ఆర్డర్ ఏది ఆర్డర్లో పెట్టాలని ఒక కోడ్ ఉంటుంది. అది మిస్ అయితే ఇంటర్నెట్ అనేది రాదు. That's what the last sentence. If the wires are in different order, the cable doesn't work. That's what. So there are 2 standards usually followed worldwide. They are T56A and T56B. This T means Telephonic Association actually. These are some standards of worldwide. These standards are, there are some picture is there in the book, but no need to specify what are these standards. You should remember, if you are going to get this question in the exam, if you get about RJ45 cable, this is known as Cat5 category 5 cable. It will consist of 8 cables, that means 4 pairs of cable. It is these cables, this wire will be connected to a RJ45 connector, and it is also known as LAN cable or Ethernet cable. And Cat5 cables are used for homes and business purpose also, and network purpose also. And the maximum speed of Cat5 cable is 100 Mbps, and the maximum length of Cat5 cable is 100 meters. And there will be 8 different colors of wires will be there in Cat5 cable. And to get, in order to get the information through that cable, we need to put that 8 cables in a particular order. That if you miss that order, and the cable will not work. That thing you need to remember. And this you can see, friends. The standards is there, no? T56A and T56B. That means that in what is the order we have to follow? First, white, yellow, next yellow, green, yellow, blue, blue, yellow, again green, and this is, I don't know the color name. I think it is purple, or this is the order for a particular standard. And next one is this, you can write about this one, HDMI cable, high definition multimedia interface, a standard for simultaneously transmitting digital video and sound over a single cable. Like in the lab, Sir is using a laptop and a CPU. You can connect that CPU through a VGA cable, which is having some port to your laptop. If that is not the case, and the latest laptops or tablets are not having that VGA cable of 8, some pins will be there in that. So instead of having that VGA cable, we can have that HDMI port. For that, you can use the HDMI cable. That will helps to transmit audio and video digitally through a single cable. So it has developed by a consortium of electronics manufacturers and has been widely adapted by almost all televisions and computer monitors supporting the interface. Most of the latest వచ్చే మొత్తం అన్ని కూడా HDMI cable support తోనే వస్తున్నాయి. Either laptops or CPUs or tablets. Tablets అయితే definitely HDMI ఉంటాయి mostly. HDMI connectors are available in 3 standards: mini, micro, sorry, standard, mini, and micro. You can see this one. The standard one, a mini, and micro. These are the HDMI varieties. And OTG. This HDMI and OTG, friends, these two are important for short answer questions. These two will come for short answers question. OTG and OTG are on the Go connector is a standardized specification that allows a device to read data from USB. I think you know it. How many of you know OTG? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
You know OTG?
Somewhat remind, but exactly not, sir.
No, no. See, you have two connectors. You can connect that USB cable to laptop. How can you get the charging to your mobile to your laptop?
We connect the USB wire like a connecting wire.
No, that wire is called OTG. You can read this one. That allows a device to read from the USB device. Means a bigger cable USB port will be there, and the smaller some connector will be there. That example is how will you connect your laptop to your mobile? There will be a cable, a small cable that will have USB and another mobile port. That is called OTG.
OTG.
This
Very
one.
good. On the go.
You can see, no, the first figure.
On the go. OTG full form on the go.
Yeah, it is there on the screen.
Yeah, these are our cables only, sir. True.
Yeah, here it is very small device, and sometimes it is having some cable also for this one. OTG, you can use it. So that's all about this unit 3. We left over yesterday and we have continued. So we have discussed today about RJ11, RJ12, and RJ45, and Cat5 cables, and HDMI, and OTG.
OTG.
Nothing is there, friends. If you go through this textbook also, it is very simpler. As simple as that if you go. And I'll stop sharing. I'll open the next one. Yes, unit. So just remember that black 1, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 are there. In unit 3, we have seen guided medium and unguided medium and cables, RJ11, RJ45, RJ12, and OTG, all these cables. This guided medium and unguided medium is one important question in block A. And these cables also one important questions. And in the unit 2 and unit 3, we have seen something there also. This, whereas you come to the unit 4, that will be block 2. From block 1, you'll get 2 long questions because in ninth A and ninth B, up to 1, 2, 3, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 will be block 1. That question of 9, long question 9 will be covered from block 1, from unit 1 and unit 2 and 3. And from unit 4, unit 5 and unit 6, that is block 2. The question number 10 A, B will be covered from block 2. That means that unit 4, we have seen unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 till today. We have covered 2 short questions. Whatever we covered in unit 3, I think I have covered all the topics which are there in the textbook. And extranet, intranet, internet, that is one important question for long answers and short answers. I think we have covered. If something is left, which is not there in the PPT, I'll add to the PPT. Almost all the topics are there. We'll go through the PPTs. If you cover these 3 units of PPT, you can write 2 short answers and 1 long answer. 2 short answers means 10 marks and 1 long answer means 10 marks. 20 marks we have covered till unit 3. So, and we are going to cover unit 4. From unit 4, definitely you'll get 1 long answer. I'm expecting 1 long answer from unit 4. It is very, very important unit. So if you cover unit 4 also, if you get 1 short answer and 1 long answer from unit 4, so from unit 1 to 3, you have covered 20 marks. And from unit 4, you may get 10 marks and 5 marks. That is 15 marks. Means till unit 4, 35 marks will be covered. No, I feel. Are you getting, friends?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
sorry, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry?
Sorry for disturb, sir.
Madam, please.
We have only 2 more classes for the computer, sir.
Yes, madam.
Okay, sir.
Unit 4 will be covered. Unit 5 will be covered. That means that you can, if you complete 6 units, then 2 blocks will be completed. That means that 2 long questions will be covered. That means that 10 marks, 10 marks, 20 marks, and 4 short answers. That means you can write 4 short answers. No, 4 5s are 20.
Yes, sir.
Black 1 and black 2, 4 short answers will be covered. From
In
each
our
block,
exam, we don't have the objective, sir.
that I know.
Okay, sir.
From block 1, you'll get 2 questions, short answers. From block 2, you'll get 2 questions, short answers. How many short answers you need to answer?
4.
4. 4 5s are 20. No. If you prepare
5.
block 1 and block 2 well, huh? 4 short answers, so 4 questions only you need to attempt for short questions. If you prepare black 1 and black 2 well, you can answer 4 short answers. Short answers lo 8 istaru, 4 rayali. 4 5s are 20. అంటే ఇక్కడ 20 మార్క్స్ వస్తాయి 2 బ్లాక్స్ ప్రిపేర్ అయితే. అండ్ లాంగ్ ఆన్సర్స్ బ్లాక్ ఏ నుంచి ఒకటి వస్తుంది, బ్లాక్ ఏ నుంచి ఒకటి వస్తుంది, బ్లాక్ బి నుంచి ఒకటి వస్తుంది. అంటే రెండు వస్తాయి, దాంట్లో ఒకటి రాయాలి. 9th లో ఏబి ఉంటుంది, 1 unit to answer, and 10th లో ఏబి ఉంటుంది, 1 unit to answer. That means if you cover this unit 1 to 6, you can complete all the short answers. 4 short answers you can write. You can write question number 9 and 10 also. That means 40 marks will be there in your hand if you complete till unit 6. Got it?
Yes, sir.
That's
Sir.
up to you. Madam Varangal, have you completed offline classes at your study center?
Yes, sir.
What they taught in offline class?
But I don't go for the offline classes. I have some health issues.
Okay, fine. Let it be. So, this is unit 4. The unit name is Land Technologies and Overview of OSI Layers. It is OSI layer is very, very important. OSI, Open System Interconnection. Without this OSI, there is no meaning for the internet. There is no meaning for the network. So that much important it is. OSI. So land technologies and overview of OSI layers we will cover in this unit. And what are the topics you are going to learn from this unit? Objectives. Objectives means what is your short-term aims, what you are going to learn from this. So after studying this unit, you'll be able to identify and describe the basic operations of Ethernet and other LAN technologies. And you can distinguish between the various versions of IEEE 802.3 implementations. And you can understand the functions of various layers of OSI model. This is very, very, very important. And to discuss about OSI model and its layers, architecture, and to show the interface between the layers, I think this is not shown. We will see. Actually, I have skipped some topics from the textbook. I want to, there is very less time now. I want to focus which are the typical topics and which I feel important. LAN technologies, local area networks. There are various LAN technologies used in networks that enable communication among the devices in the local area networks. So the most commonly used LAN technologies are Ethernet, faster Ethernet, and gigabit Ethernet. Even cables are established in networks. So I'm not going to cover all this actually. The brief only we will discuss. I want to focus mostly on OSI layers. Ethernet. Ethernet is the family of technologies that gives data link and physical specifications for controlling access to a shared network media. It is defined under IEEE standard 802.3. Just remember, 802.3 means that is a cable network. 803.9 దాంట్లో cable ఉంటుంది. Ethernet is nothing but a network established through the cable. That network established cable name is 802.3. And faster Ethernet was created in 1976 at Xerox Palo Alto Research Center, Park. Since then, it has gone through the 4 generations, faster Ethernet. The standard Ethernet 10 Mbps and faster Ethernet 100 Mbps. Gigabit Ethernet is 1 Gbps. Why this LAN technology, different types of Ethernets? It's based on speed only. Generally, standard Ethernet. Ethernet is nothing but a cable network, a network established through the cables. The standard, very standard one is only 10 Mbps. We have seen in the previous lesson, what is the maximum speed of Cat5 cable? Maximum speed of Cat5 cable.
100 megabits.
100 Mbps.
100 Mbps. What is the maximum length?
100 meter.
100 meters.
So Cat5 will be used for Ethernet. Ethernet is nothing but establishing the network using the cable. Ethernet అంటే మీ కేబుల్ అనేది గుర్తు రావాలి. Just remember that. There are 4 generations of Ethernet. standard Ethernet, that is only 10 Mbps speed, and faster Ethernet. To overcome the problem of standard Ethernet, this has been introduced, faster Ethernet, that is 100 Mbps. And to speed up the network transmission, they have introduced gigabit Ethernet, that is 1 Gbps. And the fourth generation is 10 gigabit Ethernet. Instead of 1 Gbps, it is also possible with 10 Gbps. Ante faster transmission will be very faster. So to increase the transmission speed, these generations of Ethernet has been introduced. So one first Ethernet segment, all stations have some, I don't want this one actually. So you just remember this one. There are three types of LAN technologies are, you just go through that. In the textbook, it is given many simpler words. This is only for short answers. They may ask about this one Ethernet, fast Ethernet, and gigabit Ethernet. If they want to ask about long question also, explain about various LAN technologies. That means that you have to explain this one Ethernet, fast Ethernet, and gigabit Ethernet. You just go through the textbook. Only a few paragraphs, few lines of text has been given for each one. So we will see the important one for all time is OSI reference model. OSI, Open System Interconnection. This is the reference model. Why it has been named and who named it? How many of you know ISO?
We know, sir, because it's an Indian standard
What it is, madam?
organization.
Yes.
Indian standard organization.
Sorry, madam.
Indian standard organization.
You can change terminology instead of Indian.
International standard
Exactly.
organization.
International Standards Organization. That ISO. Because why it came into existence? You know, we are discussing now. Because I am using one device, my laptop at my home, and you are using your device. It may be mobile or laptop or computer or something else. How this information is being exchanged between two devices? How this process is being done? Is there any representation? How to understand this one? To understand
There are some set of standards which have already been and agreed between the two parties. That has to be adhered when they are transmitting.
Yes, madam. There are so many models actually, how this information is being exchanged between the source and destination in the world, in the network. So many people unofficially has given some models. So information is going like this way from one device to other device. These are the stages and these are the process steps is being involved in that. To avoid the confusion in the people, how this information is being transmitted from one device to other device, the International Standards Organization has given a model that is called OSI model, Open System Interconnection Model. All the organizations, all the network companies are following this one only in the world. If they want to change some modifications, if they want to identify the problem in the network, they are using this one only. They will identify where is the problem and at which layer. In the OSI model, there are 7 layers are there. Using these 7 layers, they can fix where is the problem. They can identify where is the problem and they can resolve it. And if they want to enhance something at particular layer, based on the role of particular layer, they can do. You can see the picture now on the screen. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is the order.
Yes, sir.
You don't bother about the data. You see about the layers. OSI model layer is there, no? This model is having, please mute yourself, friend. Someone, I'm getting noise. This OSI reference model is having 7 layers. 7 layers. This 7 layer, it is very, very, very important. If you take wherever you take, if you take the BTech or BSc or BCom or what you to call cyber security or forensic, wherever you see that this topic is very, very important. There will be 7 layers in the OSI reference model. Those 7 layers, the first layer is physical layer. It is, and next layer is data link layer, next network layer, next transport layer, next session layer, next presentation layer, next application layer. I'll tell one example. Application layer is the layer from where the user can interact. Example, we are all looking the screen. Or if you want to chat, if you want to do some text to your friend, you can see the screen, no? Or if you want to browse, you will open browser, you will type something. Wherever you are interacting, that place is called application layer. What is the example for application layer in the real time? You're not getting? No. If you want to communicate to your friend, example, if you want to chat with your friend through the WhatsApp, what will you open? Where you can see the name, where you can type? Will you open Facebook and if you want to send the message through WhatsApp, will you open browser?
No.
You will open the application WhatsApp. Wherever you see, wherever
Yes.
you type, wherever you interact, that will come under application layer. If you communicate, if you want to communicate, if you want to browse something, you can open browser and you can search for something and get some information. That browser will come under application layer. Like the screen where you are interacting with your friends or somebody to exchange the information. That will come under application layer. Understood or not? If you want to,
Yes, sir.
if you want to do something, if you want to chart, if you want to post something in Insta, that Instagram will come under application layer. User ఎక్కడ ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవుతాడో దేంతో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవుతాడో స్క్రీన్ మీద that will come under application layer. You can see, just remember the layers. The first layer is from bottom physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer. Then session layer, presentation layer, application layer. From top,
Application layer.
yeah, application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. We will see open system interconnection model was developed by ISO, International Organization for Standards, or you can say International Standard Organization. ISO is an organization and OSI is the model. Leena Kumari, please mute yourself, and Oppo K10, please mute yourself. An open system, which is a set of protocols that allows any two different systems to communicate regardless of their underlying architecture. It is a model for understanding and designing network architecture that is flexible, strong, and interoperable. So this model is adaptable to design a network architecture, and this model is helpful to understand the network. And this model, it is an hierarchical model that groups it process into 7 layers. The 7 layers are top to bottom. What is the top one? Application layer, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, and data link layer, and physical layer. We'll see how this layer to layer communication will happen. We can see the picture here. Can you see the picture here? This picture is from our textbook. Device A and device B. The two devices wants to communicate. Device A sends a message to device B through intermediate nodes. At the sending site, the message is moved down from layer 7 to layer 1. How this will happen? See, from device A, what is the first layer, 7th layer?
Application layer.
Application layer means the user will interact with the screen or application or something else from wherever he wants to send some information. If you want to browse, if you want to search, he will open the browser. If you want to chat with his friend, he will open that particular app. So from where that particular app will be seen from the screen, that will be application layer, where the user can interact. Then to interact with the application layer. From there, the information will be passed to the presentation layer. You can see the previous picture and you can see the data now. We will call it application layer. In application layer, the information will be called as data, and presentation layer, the data will also be called as data, and session layer also the data will be called as data, and transport layer, the data will be called as segments, and network layer, the data will be called as packets, and data link layer, that packets will be called as frames, and physical layer, that frames will be, data will be called as bits. So just remember till 1, 2, 3 data only. So what is happening? Whenever device A sends the message to device B, that will be passed through application layer, then that will goes to the presentation layer, and ఒక్కొక్క layer ఏం పని చేస్తానేది I'll explain later. Then presentation layer, from presentation layer to, it will goes to the session layer. From session layer to, it will go to the transport layer. From transport layer to network layer to data link layer. From data link layer to physical layer. Physical layer is nothing but a medium, cable, or Wi-Fi, or wireless. So it will take these many steps in the device A only. From the screen to, it will be transmitted, it will be transferred to presentation layer. Various layers will be there. At the end, that information will be converted into ones and zeros. That ones and zeros will be transmitted through the medium. ఈ 7 డివైస్ ఏలో 7 లేయర్ 7 నుంచి లేయర్ 1 వరకు జరిగే ప్రాసెస్ మొత్తం మన డివైస్ లోనే. ఎవరైతే మెసేజ్ పంపిస్తారో వాళ్ళ డివైస్ లో ఇదంతా ప్రాసెస్ జరుగుతుంది. ఒక్కొక్క లేయర్ ఏమే రోల్ చేస్తుంది ఐ విల్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ డీటెయిల్. డోంట్ బోదర్ అబౌట్ దట్. So finally, it will reach to the physical layer, and that information will be converted into ones and zeros, and that will be converted into signals. That signal will be transmitted through the mediums. Once that signals will be transmitted to the medium from device A, what is the first layer in device B?
Application layers.
No.
Physical layers.
ఫిజికల్ లేయర్. మనం పంపించేటప్పుడు ఇది ఎట్లా జరుగుతుంది? ఫస్ట్ స్క్రీన్ మీద నుంచి ప్రెజెంటేషన్ లేయర్, సెషన్ లేయర్, లాస్ట్ కి మన ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మొత్తము వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్ కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. దెన్ వెనెవర్ ఇట్ రీచెస్ ద డెస్టినేషన్, ఎవరికైతే పంపిస్తామో వాళ్ళకి వెళ్ళినప్పుడు దాట్ బిట్స్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ ఫిజికల్ లేయర్కి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత ఆ బిట్స్ ఇక్కడ రీచ్ అవుతాయి. దాట్ బిట్స్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ ఫ్రేమ్స్. ఆ ఫ్రేమ్స్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ, you can see this picture, the previous picture. Bits will be received, the signals will be received. No, మన డివైస్ నుంచి వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు సిగ్నల్స్ గా వెళ్ళిపోతాయి. ఆ డివైస్ కి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత ఆ సిగ్నల్స్ అన్ని అగైన్ ఇట్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ బిట్స్. దాట్ కెన్ బి డన్ ఎట్ ఫిజికల్ లేయర్ ఆఫ్ దట్ డివైస్. That bits will be converted into frames. That frames will be converted into packets. That packets will be converted into segments. That segments will be connected into data. ఫైనల్ గా ఈ మొత్తం రీచ్ అయిన తర్వాత అతనికి స్క్రీన్ మీద కనిపిస్తుంది. మనం పంపించేటప్పుడు స్క్రీన్ నుంచి స్టెప్ బై స్టెప్ డౌన్ కి వచ్చేసి ఫిజికల్ లేయర్ లో బిట్స్ గా కన్వర్ట్ అయ్యి సిగ్నల్ గా వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఆ డివైస్ రీచ్ అయిన తర్వాత దాట్ సిగ్నల్స్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ బిట్స్ లైక్ వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్. ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ దట్ బిట్స్ టు ఫ్రేమ్. చిన్న చిన్న బిట్స్ కాకుండా కొన్ని బిట్స్ కాంబినేషన్ ఒక ఫ్రేమ్ అంటారు. వాటికి వేరే లింక్స్ అటాచ్మెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ కొన్ని ఫ్రేమ్స్ కలిస్తే ప్యాకెట్స్ అవుతాయి. కొన్ని ఫ్రాకెట్స్ కొంచెం ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కలిస్తే సెగ్మెంట్ అవుతుంది. ఆ సెగ్మెంట్ నుంచి దానికి ఎక్స్ట్రా ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ సంథింగ్ యాడ్ చేస్తే సెషన్ లేయర్ డేటా అవుతుంది. ఇఫ్ యూ యాడ్ సంథింగ్ టు ద సెషన్ లేయర్ డేటా, that will be data of the presentation layer. And if you display the complete information as it is in front of your friend's chart, that will be data of application layer. ఒక డివైస్ నుంచి ఇంకొక డివైస్ కి ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ట్రాన్స్మిట్ అవ్వాలంటే ఈ ప్రాసెస్ అంతా లోపల జరుగుతుంది. దాట్ కెన్ బి డన్ వెరీ ఫాస్టర్. సో యూజింగ్ దిస్ మోడల్, సో ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ విల్ బి డన్ ఇన్ దిస్ వే. సెషన్ లేయర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, what this session layer will do. Session layer will establish the connection between the source and the destination. మనం ఏ డివైస్ తో కనెక్ట్ అవ్వాలనుకుంటున్నామో ఆ డివైస్ యొక్క వాట్సాప్ కి మనకి వాట్సాప్ చాట్ చేయాలంటే కనెక్షన్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ అవుతుంది. How that can happen? When you open the WhatsApp and when you open your friend's link, when you type something, automatically that session layer, మనం యాప్ ఓపెన్ చేసినప్పుడే దట్ అప్లికేషన్ లేయర్ అలా వన్ బై వన్ ఫైనల్ గా మనం మెసేజ్ టైప్ చేసిన తర్వాత దట్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ జీరోస్, దట్ విల్ బి ట్రాన్స్మిటెడ్ ఇంటూ సిగ్నల్స్, దట్ విల్ బి ట్రావెల్డ్.
ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ మీ సార్,
మేడం ప్లీజ్.
ఇక్కడ అప్లికేషన్ టు అప్లికేషన్ ఉంది కదా ఆరో మార్క్.
నో అంటే లేయర్ కమ్యూనికేషన్, అప్లికేషన్ పోదు. యూ కెన్ సీ యూ జస్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ డివైస్ ఏ లేయర్ 7 టు లేయర్ 1 వస్తుంది. అక్కడ లేయర్ 1కి వచ్చిన తర్వాత అప్లికేషన్ లేయర్ నుంచి ఫిజికల్ లేయర్ వరకు ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వస్తుంది. మనం టైప్ చేసింది మొత్తం మన డివైస్ లో ఈ లేయర్స్ ద్వారా రన్ అయ్యి ఫైనల్ గా వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్. దిస్ డివైస్ కెన్ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఓన్లీ వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్. అది ఫైనల్ గా వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్ కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. కన్వర్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత మీడియంలో ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంది. మనం ఇప్పుడు హలో అని మెసేజ్ చేసి టైప్ చేస్తాను అనుకోండి వాట్సాప్ లో, దట్ ఈస్ అప్లికేషన్ లేయర్. ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ వేరియస్ స్టెప్స్ విల్ బి టేకెన్. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లేయర్లో ఏమవుతుంది, అది ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళాలి, ఆ డివైస్ యొక్క అడ్రస్, ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది. నెక్స్ట్ లాజికల్ అడ్రస్, ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది. అది నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్లో. ఈ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లేయర్లో ఏమో మన డివైస్ యొక్క ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్, ప్రతి డివైస్కి ఒక ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది. ఆ అడ్రస్ యాడ్ చేయబడుతుంది. నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్కి వచ్చేసరికి మన యొక్క ఐపీ అడ్రస్ కూడా యాడ్ అవుతుంది, వాళ్ళ యొక్క ఐపీ అడ్రస్ కూడా యాడ్ అవుతుంది. ఏ ఐపీ అడ్రస్కి వెళ్ళాలి ఈ మెసేజ్ అనేది, లైక్ దట్. ఇట్లా ప్రాసెస్ అంతా జరిగి ఫైనల్ గా ఆ ఎగ్జాక్ట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏది ఉందో దాట్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్ ఇన్ ద ఫిజికల్ లేయర్. ఫైనల్ గా మనం టైప్ చేసిన మెసేజ్ వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్ లో కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. అది అప్లికేషన్ లేయర్ నుంచి ఫిజికల్ లేయర్ వరకు వచ్చేసరికి వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్ కన్వర్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఆ వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్ కన్వర్ట్ అయిన తర్వాత వాటికి మన డివైస్ యొక్క అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది. మన డివైస్ యొక్క అడ్రస్ అంటే పర్మనెంట్ అడ్రస్ ఒకటి ఉంటుంది ప్రతి డివైస్ కి. ల్యాప్టాప్ కి, కంప్యూటర్కి మ్యాక్ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది. ల్యాప్టాప్కి ఐఎంఈ నెంబర్ ఉంటుంది, పర్మనెంట్ నెంబర్. మొబైల్కి ఐఎంఈ నెంబర్ ఉంటుంది. అట్లా ఆ నెంబర్స్ అన్ని అటాచ్ చేయబడతాయి ఈ మెసేజ్కి. అంటే ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చింది ఈ మెసేజ్, ఈ హలో అనే మెసేజ్ ఎవరు పంపించారు, ఈ పర్టికులర్ డివైస్ నుంచి వచ్చింది. వాటి ద్వారానే కదా పోలీసులు ట్రేస్ అవుట్ చేసేది, ఇది ఎవరు పంపించారని, ఎవరికి వెళ్ళాలి, ఇది పర్టికులర్ ఐపీ అడ్రస్ ఉంటుంది వాళ్ళది. సో అలా ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంది. అట్లా వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్ కన్వర్ట్ అయ్యి అది సిగ్నల్ గా కన్వర్ట్ అయ్యి మనం ఏ మీడియం, ఇప్పుడు కేబుల్ కనెక్షన్ అనుకోండి, ఆ కేబుల్ ద్వారా ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంది. ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ వైర్లెస్ అనుకోండి, వైర్లెస్ లో డిఫరెంట్ వేవ్స్ ద్వారా ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంది. ఫైనల్ గా అది ట్రావెల్ చేసి ఎవరికైతే మనం పంపిస్తామో వాళ్ళ డివైస్ కి రీచ్ అవుతుంది. వాళ్ళ డివైస్ కి రీచ్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు అది ఫైనల్ గా బిట్స్ గానే ఉంటుంది ఫస్ట్. ఆ బిట్స్ అనేవి అగైన్ విల్ బి కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ ఫ్రేమ్స్. ఆ బిట్స్ ని చిన్న చిన్న ఫ్రేమ్ కన్వర్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత అగైన్ అవి ప్యాకెట్స్ కన్వర్ట్ అవుతాయి. అట్లా ఫైనల్ గా అగైన్ కన్వర్ట్ రివర్స్ ఆర్డర్ లో కన్వర్ట్ అవ్వకుండా ఫైనల్ గా మెసేజ్ అనేది వాళ్ళ స్క్రీన్ మీద డిస్ప్లే అవుతుంది. This is the process 7 to 1, again 1 to 7. Next one, this one is organization of the layers. How these layers will be organized? You can see the 7 layers can be grouped into 3 subgroups. Layer 1, what is the layer 1? Physical layer, data link layer is layer 2, and layer 3 is the network layer. Layer 1 and layer 2 and layer 3 are network support layers. నెట్వర్క్ సపోర్ట్ లేయర్స్ అని ఎందుకంటాము? ఈ వన్స్ అండ్ జీరోస్ అని ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుండే, దట్ ఈస్ ఎ నెట్వర్క్ సపోర్ట్ లేయర్స్. దే డీల్ విత్ ఫిజికల్ ఆస్పెక్ట్స్ ఆఫ్ మూవింగ్ డేటా ఫ్రమ్ వన్ డివైస్ టు అనదర్ డివైస్, సచ్ యాజ్ ఎలక్ట్రికల్ స్పెసిఫికేషన్స్, ఫిజికల్ కనెక్షన్స్, ఫిజికల్ అడ్రసింగ్, ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ టైమింగ్, రిలయబిలిటీ, ఎంత టైంలో ట్రావెల్ చేయాలి, ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్ అంటే మన డివైస్ యొక్క పర్టికులర్ అడ్రస్. దీస్ లేయర్స్ విల్ టేక్ కేర్ అబౌట్ ద నెట్వర్క్. And layer 5, layer 6, and layer 7, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer can be thought of as the user support layers, because user can interact with application layer only. Next one, layer 4 is transport layer that links two subgroups. ఈ నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్, నెట్వర్క్ సపోర్ట్ లేయర్స్ కి నెక్స్ట్ యూజర్ సపోర్ట్ లేయర్స్ కి మధ్యలో లింక్ గా ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లేయర్ పనిచేస్తుంది. And at each layer, a header and tailor can be added to the data unit. So first data మనం మెసేజ్ పంపించినప్పుడు దానికి హెడర్ అండ్ టైలర్ విల్ బి యాడెడ్. ప్రతి ఒక్క లేయర్ లో ఒక్కొక్క హెడర్ అండ్ టైలర్ యాడ్ అవుతుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ ద హెడర్ అండ్ టైలర్ ఆఫ్ లైక్ నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్, ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లేయర్ లో ఏమో యాడ్ అవుతుందంటే అడ్రస్ యాడ్ అవుతుంది. ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్, మన డివైస్ యొక్క ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్, ఏ డివైస్ పంపాలి వాళ్ళ ఫిజికల్ అడ్రస్. నెక్స్ట్ నెట్వర్క్ లేయర్ లో హెడర్ అండ్ టైలర్ ఏమవుతుంది, వాళ్ళ యొక్క లాజికల్ అడ్రస్, ఐపీ అడ్రస్ యాడ్ అవుతుంది, మన యొక్క ఐపీ అడ్రస్ యాడ్ అవుతుంది. డేటాకి మనం ఏది పంపిస్తామో దానికి, నాట్ ఓన్లీ ద ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ వాట్ యూ వాంట్ టు సెండ్, దానికి ఎక్స్ట్రాగా ఇవన్నీ యాడ్ అవుతుంటాయి. ప్రతి లేయర్ లో సంథింగ్ విల్ బి యాడెడ్. కామన్లీ ద టైలర్ is added only at layer 2. A packet at level 7 is encapsulated. The packet and the packet 6 at packet 6 at level 6. So just you remember this picture, how this is happening. You may get this question about explain about OSA reference model. There will be 7 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. What is the data unit of each layer? The application layer we will call it as data only, and first 3 layers we will call it as data only, and the transport layer segments, network layer packets, data link layer frames, and physical layer about bits. So we will discuss about physical layer and data link layer tomorrow in detail. Physical layer అసలు ఏమేమి పనిచేస్తుంది, డేటా లింక్ లేయర్ ఏమేమి పనిచేస్తుంది, క్లియర్ గా వాటి గురించి మన బుక్ లో ఉంది. Those 2 topics are very important. I think they may close the class at any time. We have only 1 minute time. Again, I will discuss about this physical layer tomorrow, and physical layer and data link layer. If you have any doubt, friends, you are feel
ఒకసారి
free to
అది
discuss.
డేటాది పెట్టండి సార్ ఒకసారి.
What, madam?
అప్లికేషన్ లేయర్స్ ఒకసారి పెట్టండి. సెగ్మెంట్
Picture.
ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ పిక్చర్